hello. Happy Monday. Yes, I know these last couple of weeks have been crazy. You never know when to find me, right? I tried to let you know earlier on today that it would be today and not tomorrow, because this time tomorrow I will be on a flight to Texas. Yeah, very excited to head to Texas and go and stay with my friend Janine, who came to stay with me last month. Yay! So that's where I'm headed. So as always, say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and I hope you have some fun. Make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper with you so that you can jot down the sizes, because we're going to try and make an interactive card. And I say try. It's Marvellous Monday. Maybe I should call it Monstrous Monday because it's Halloween, right? Or getting near Halloween. And I'm going to try to make something that I've seen a photo of online, but I had no instructions. So we're going to work it out together. So, but before that, I wanted to share my newest scrapbook class featuring the beautiful Gathering Moments paper. So I've used the Gathering Together paper, the Earth Tone Metallic paper, which I'll show you in just a minute on this layout, the Early Espresso and Olive Linen thread. And you know, this is one of the many things that I love about Stampin' Up, is the amount of ribbons and twines and threads and gems that they stock, where the previous company I was with, they barely stocked anything. Black, white and clear, that was about it. Whereas having all these different colours of ribbons and embellishments makes a hi Vanessa, makes your project just sing. I really think so. These are the Cajun Craze and gold gems. That's, I think, yeah, and gold dots. And I don't know if I hold up the camera, I don't know whether you can see how pretty they are. They're this really soft coppery colour, and then they have these little gold specks inside them. They are so, so pretty. So I've used those on my layout along with the green twine. This is a double pack, and I've used the green twine with it. And then some basic white cardstock as well. So I also used a selection of inks. Old Olive, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso and Crumb Cake. Those were the colours of the inks that I used. And the stamp set I have cleverly put away, but you can see where I've used it. Okay, so I told you that I was using this Earth Tone Metallic paper. This is it. It's almost like this copper colour. It's absolutely beautiful. And it really coordinates nicely with the gold printing that comes within this paper. It's telling me that my network is down, and I'm really, really hoping that this is going to keep working. And so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to say hello to Christine, who's also watching as well. I'm hoping that it's just my iPad that's messing around. If you are watching now, can you give me some hearts if you can still hear me? Because I'm trying to watch you on two gadgets. Wendy, hello. Give me a heart if you can hear me, because I seem to have an internet issue with my iPad, and I'm hoping that it's still streaming on my phone. So give me some hearts or some thumbs up if you can still hear me. Oh, great. I'm just going to keep talking then. So I am no longer watching on my other gadgets, so we're just going to make this work. Oh, yeah, I'm going to just keep going. All right. So we have the gold in this beautiful leaf veining, and also in the background of this paper. I'm hoping you can see it if I hold it up. I'm going to have to stand up so I can see what you're seeing. This is the disadvantage of not having a gadget that works. Oh, for gadgets that work, that would be fabulous. So this earth tone, this copper colour, really accents it. And you can see where I used that yellow ink to ink distress the edge of the photo mats. Super, super fun. As I said, I used Cajun Crazed, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, Early Espresso, and then the Old Acorn. Okay, and it's a double layout, as always. So Wendy's telling me there's lots of people having internet issues. I'm sorry. It makes it so hard when I try to reach all of you like this. The stamp I used the Gathering Moments bundle, which is where the words came from. It's where it has the dies, obviously, so it cut out all of these beautiful leaf shapes and around the stamped images as well. All right, so That is my latest class. I will have the information up on here. I will put that shopping list up. So you know, as always, when you what, Sarah? When you purchase the paper, you get my cutting guide for free. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh my goodness. What you see, it throws me for a loop when I know that something's not working. All right, so I saw a picture of an interactive card. Sorry, I'm trying to drag it onto my page. And I wanted to try and make it. So, like I said, I'm doing this with no instructions. I just saw a picture and thought I can figure that out. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to join these two pieces of cardstock together. This is a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of black cardstock. Let me stand up again and make sure you're looking at what I'm looking at. Let me move this across. Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. So it's an 8.5 by 11, cut at 5.5 to make two standard card bases. Okay, you can see that I put green cardstock on one side, and what I did is I put my die in the window and where I wanted it, and I ran it through. And yes, that is the left hand side of the card, because I'm going to do it again here. So then what I did is I then laid my card together, put it back in again, it'll make sense in a minute, and I cut out the black layer so that I knew they're in exactly the same place. Now I'm going to put it in again with my die in that hole and cut out that green layer. So bear with me a second while I do that. And the reason I did it that way is because the Close to My Heart solid core cardstock is a really heavyweight cardstock. All right, hang on, because my die cutting machine is off camera. Bear with me a second. Okay, so now it's cut that section out. So these will match up. Ta-da! Look at that. So when I put them together, I now have a window through the center, which should more or less line up. As always, when Sarah is creating, you're going to take far more time with your artwork than I am doing on camera. And a lot of this is, here's one I prepared earlier. So I used the everyday arches. Don't you just love my tutorials, right? It's the chaos, the crazy just continues. So it's the arched, everyday arches dies 164629. So Ichi Roku Yon, Roku Ni Q, possibly. Okay. And I use the 1, 2, 3, 4. I use die number 5, so the 5th die in from the smallest. All right. So as I say, I have pre-cut everything in an attempt to make it go smoothly. I want to join these two together. So what I did is I cut, so these were standard sizes. These two pieces were 4 inches by 5.25, okay? Both are exactly the same. This piece is 5.5 by 1 inch, and I've scored it at the 1/2 inch mark, all right? And I'm going to make a spine. So I'm going to put my two pieces together, and I'm going to use, you could use the tear tape if you wanted to. I'm actually going to use the fine tip glue because I think that it is it's the most permanent adhesive. And I'm just going to put a very thin line down the edge of both pieces. All I can hear in the background is my son Leo going, no, no, obviously to the baby. I do not know what the baby is doing. It's on a need-to-know basis. I do not need to know. And the nice thing about this is you do have a few minutes of wiggle room to line this up before it sticks completely. Okay, so we'll just line that up, and then we'll do the same this side and try and get them lined up. I keep getting my fat head in the camera. I know, I'm sure. All right, so, ta-da! All right, those are lined up nicely. Okay, so that was the hard bit, is cutting the arches. So the first one I did actually cut the two together, and it was really hard. So next time I would do number 1 exactly the same way as I did number 2. Cut it in a black base, put your green over the top, put the die in the space that you've already cut with the black, and then do the same, and do the same on both sides. Okay, perfect. So let's take some card paper and let's stick this on the inside. So I'm using up my the remains that I have of my Halloween paper. I have very little Halloween paper left. If you remember, I made the mini album. I also made scrapbook pages. I also decorated some of those gift bags, and I still have a little bit of this paper left. So we are going to use it up and make the most of every single little bit. These pieces, again, 5.25 by 4. So Goten ni go kokeru 4 inches, just like the green is. Okay, we've got another, what did I just do with it? Oh, it's there, idiot. Just didn't stick it down. As I say, once I know that something's not working, it totally throws me for a loop. So knowing that the internet is playing up, I'm just hoping everybody can watch and see. And as always, I will upload this to YouTube. All right. So now I have a card. If this is not quite dry, I'm going to be gentle with it. I have a card. See? I might need to put a whisker more. You see, this was not dry. So note to self. Okay, I might need to put a little bit more adhesive on it. This cardstock is very absorbent, okay? I am forcing the paper back on itself. So if you've got a fine layer of glue and you have not let it set like I did not, it means that the paper fibers are still moist, they're still damp from that adhesive, and they will just pop straight off, which is what you do not want. All right, so we're going to open that back out. And we're going to let it sit and dry. Okay, the next two pieces I've got, I have a piece that is 2.75, so Niten ni go by 11, and a second piece, 2.75, no, Niten nanago kokeru 11. So 2.75 by 11 and 2.75 by 8 1/4, and they're all scored at 2.75. So it gives you 7 squares, all right, of 2.75 by 2.75. Does that make sense? I hope it does. What we're going to do is we're actually going to overlap them like that to make one long piece that's 6 squares long. Now, I could have cut this and just overlapped it slightly, but to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to have it so that it overlaps an entire piece. You could just do a tag, or you could do what I did with that piece as well and cut shorter pieces. But, you know, I'm not going to. We're going to make life easy. For once in my life. For once in my life. I'm going to make something easy. No, I'm not. You know I'm not. I never make anything easy. That one just needs a whisker of a trim. So we'll just turn it off. Okay, so now it should do that. All right. Ta-da! Let's decorate it, because I've already cut out the pieces and cut out the squares. So I have 2.5 inch squares to go down. Okay, and I'll point out what I've done to them as I go. And I've edge distressed all of these. Now, I edge distressed the paper already on all of this. I haven't distressed the black. I've just distressed the paper, the DSP, which stands for Designer Series Paper. Okay. Now, I have taken, this is the back of the orange paper, and I just hand trimmed out the little bear and the little ghosty. Okay, so those both came out of that orange paper, and I just hand trimmed it. This little bear here is one of the many dies. We get 2 complete sheets of dies. Okay, and so I just took that little bear, and as you can see, I've trimmed her down a little bit smaller because I'm working in a smaller area. I absolutely love this paper suite that has the dies in it. I think they're so much fun. All right, let me stick these pieces down, and we're just going to put adhesive in each corner. And this stuff is super, super sticky. It's the Seal and Stick or something like that. And my brain just went sideways. I have no idea what it's called. I keep wanting to say Peel and Stick, and I know it's not. It's Seal and something. But it's super, super sticky, as you can see. It just doesn't come off. So you don't need to go all the way around. If you do, you're wasting your adhesive because this stuff is sticky. Now, if you can see, I've trimmed this again out of the piece of paper. Can you see I've added some Wink of Stella, the shimmery liquid, to the bat? Is that cutest ever? So we've got sparkly bats. Everybody needs sparkly bats in their lives. They really do. I think the world should have more sparkly bats. Maybe that should have been my screen name or my team name, Sparkly Bats. Okay, so this one, we're going to use the back side of it. I actually like that side. Or do I want this side? Oh, now I've got to think. No, I want that side. There was a reason. Right. There is a method to the madness. To any of you who came out and saw me at Shipshewana on the road on Saturday and Sunday, I had an absolute blast. I had some guys that made the project, which was super fun, not just the girls. So I was really impressed with that. And they did a fabulous job. We just made a little quick and simple card. And we had a lot of fun with it. We really did. The guys were great sports and made beautiful cards. So we had a lot of laughter, a lot of fun. And I want to shout out and say a big thank you to Pam, who came and worked with me, and to Todd, her husband, who helped me set up the day before, because it was Richard was working and could not take the time off to come and help me. All right, I have two sayings that I want to put down. We're going to put all tricks, no treats, and this is the stamps that I used. I used the Spooky Halloween along with the Spooky and Sweet paper. So all tricks, no tricks, all treats. I also used the bats. Now you can see it's in this black. It's actually, I used the StazOn ink, but I only inked it once and then I stamped it down, which has given you this very mottled look. I did not want a uniform ink colour. I wanted them all to be different sort of textures and shades. And then Happy Halloween goes on this one. This is Pumpkin Pie ink, which is the same colour, orange, right? And this is Granny Apple Green. Again, it's the same green. If you look on the back of the paper, it tells you the ink colours and coordinating colours in that kit. So I always try to use the inks and cardstock that match, or at least coordinate. For those of you who don't have all Stampin' Up! Inks and have some of the close to my heart colours, you can always shoot me a message and I can tell you colours that coordinate. So this looks very similar to the pear colour that Close to My Heart used to do. So, all right, so we have our squares, and these are 2 1/4. So 2.25 by 2.25. These are 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, so we're going to just stick these down. These are going nowhere, so we'll just put a little bit of adhesive either side. All tricks, no treats. Oh, right, that's that one. And then Happy Halloween on this one. Oops. There we go. All right, I hope my paper engineering works. I kind of held it together and hoped, and it kind of sort of did. So we're just going to really, really hope that this carries on working. Okay, so this is one of the dies in this set. So there was a stamp set and there's a coordinating die set. So these two images match the two little characters, and then we have a broom which matches that one, and then we have this looks a bit like candy corn. It actually isn't. It matches the little pumpkin. Okay, so those two mean that you could stamp multiple pumpkins and cut 2 at a time. Then you have these cute bats, you have a tombstone, the house, and then here is the fence image that I've already cut out. And I cut it out from some of the leftover paper. All right, for this one, I'm actually going to use the Tombow glue because it's not runny. Okay, so that liquid, the fine tip glue that I used at the beginning, it's all right, this has been, it was lying down most of the day and it needs to be, Actually, I think it's almost empty, which doesn't help. Come on. No, that I think is empty. I think I need a new one. Although this one feels emptier. So, oh, there we go. This one's still got some glue in it. That one may very well be empty. It's had a lot of use this weekend. I was using it on some projects. All right. So we're going to take our little, what's it called? Fence. And then we're just going to stick it to the bottom there. Just press it gently. All right, perfect. I'll probably use this one again. Okay, so as I said, I did my little characters. So these two are going to be like this. And if you can see, I took that fine tip glue that we just used. Can you see his nose is shiny? So I actually put a layer of that glue, very, very thin layer, on his nose, on her nose, and on the tips of her crown. And if you can see her wings, oh, I forgot to do her crown, so we'll do the crown at the same time. I have adhesive on my nails. Okay, let's take my Wink of Stella and put that little bit of sparkle on the top of her crown and on her little wand as well. I love this brush because it's so fine. You can really get into tiny areas with it. Okay, so now she has sparkly wings. I hope that shows up on the camera. It may or may not. A sparkly crown and a sparkly wand. Okay, so let's just, we'll just use some dots of this just for speed. Okay, we're going to have him standing a little bit further up, so he's standing behind her like a true gentleman. Okay, and then here is my little fairy. Isn't she cute with her little wing? And I don't mind that it goes off the paper, as long as it doesn't go over the fold or over the edge. You're going to be fine. Okay, on the same score, I have my little bat, and if you can see again, I use that adhesive to just make his eyes shiny as well. And we'll just, again, trimmed out of that paper. All right. Okay, so we're getting to the point where we're going to find out whether my idea works. You know, I think it would also be fun if I have a piece of paper cunningly disguised. Oh, I do. Right, so let's use this. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper that is, what did I say, 2.5. And I'm going to leave that dotted line on the bottom because I think it'd be super cute. I'm just going to tear it so it just looks like a little bit of grass. How fun will that be? I don't know. We'll have a look. I don't know whether I like the dot on the edge. Yes, I do, because it almost looks like a little pavement. Oh, I think that's super cute. All right, let's stick that down. Because he looks like he's floating in the air, which I didn't want. And hopefully I can lift up using, just by bending it slightly, and I can tuck that paper underneath the edge of his little ghosty sheet. I'm going to come up a little bit. And then he looks like he's standing in the grass. Oh, perfect. I like that. And we'll give him a shimmery basket. Maybe it's a girl, maybe it's a boy. I don't know. It's this little bat, sparklybats.com. Okay. And there. And then that ties in the green of the candies that the bat's got in its basket. It ties it in with the grass underneath. Okay, so here, fingers crossed, people, that this is going to work after all this hard work. We're going to thread this through here. Look at that. Look at that. It works, by George. I love my life. Just occasionally. Now, if I bring it in, I did it on the edge and it works. How about if I bring it in from the edge? Oh, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we'll just fold it all up. Oh God, I love it when a plan works. I really do. I'll just hold it still a minute. You've just got, because I haven't used a rectangle, and I'm going to use plenty of adhesive on this because obviously it's going to be cold. As long as it is within that rectangle, and clears the edge of the arch is the word I'm looking for, we should be good. I'm going to slide it forward just a spot. It's catching on something. That's it. It's catching on the fence. Okay, I still want to just move it in a whisker. That's a technical term, a whisker. Okay, for those of you who are watching for the first time. All right, we're going to close it. Right, now let's open it from the other side. Ta-da! And let's glue the dickens out of it. Okay, and let's close it this side. Ta-da! Oh God, this is going to work. Please let this work. Please let me not have glued the card together. Oh, look at that. I'm super excited about that. You have no clue. So Tricks and Treats, you can read through it through the window. Okay, if I stand it like that. So yes, you can still see no tricks or treats. I love it. All right, so let's just decorate it. Now, I was going to decorate it with my cauldron, but because I've moved it out, because I like it moved out a little bit, I didn't want it right up on the edge. I'm glad I moved it in a whisker. Again, with the technical terms, I don't have a lot of space to put my cauldron. But to be honest with you, how much writing do you need to do on a card? All you need to write is boo. Okay, so I have that, and I also have my poison. And these are just the die cuts. These are all the die cuts that came, just like the little fairy did. And as you can see, I've gone over it with that fine tip glue, this one here, and then just let it dry. And so I've got this hard, glossy finish. I do want that on. What I am going to do is I'm going to trim this smaller. Where are my scissors? Everything is moved. I was trying to unpack my stuff from yesterday, coming back from the event, and repack to go to Texas with product. And oh, here they are. I was going to say, I know I had them. Right. I was trying to leave stuff out that I need to take with me, and pack stuff that I don't need, and unpack the stuff that I used for the make and take, and all the things, right? It's been a busy couple of weeks. It really has. And last Tuesday, the whole reason I was missing in action is I was invited to a surprise engagement party, and I made a beautiful card, which I will try and remember to post in a couple of days. So I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, because you can always write through it. Yes, we like that. Okay, so you can see the green bubbles for the top of the cauldron. You can see it's sparkly, and I again used that fine tip glue to colour in the stirring stick, so it makes it sparkly and shiny. Because I don't, oh, maybe I could put this here. Yes, birdie. My little bird wants me down with him. Oh dear. Right. Oh, actually, I like that better. Let's stick this down before we go any further. And then we're going to decorate the front of it. And then we're almost done. I'm hoping you're enjoying this crazy, chaos-filled class. You know, I'm going to trim this a whisker smaller. Just take off some of that white. It's not going to be much, but it's going to make all the difference to fitting it on the card. And we'll just leave a little bit of white around. He can hear my voice because I haven't closed my workroom door. So he knows that his Mimi is upstairs and Mimi is not paying any attention to him. So there we go. You can hear him meow, meow, meow. Sounds like a pussycat. All right, and then we're going to add the bubbles. Okay, I'm going to use the liquid for this. Because I've already trimmed this smaller, I certainly don't want the tape runner, if I'm pulling it across, if I'm a little bit rough with it, I don't want it to tear what I've already done. And again, I just did trim that just a little bit. We'll just give that a second to adhere. All right. And I've got some fun stuff to go on the front, so bear with me. We're nearly there. Okay, I'm going to put that there, and we're going to come on, Sarah. Yeah, went down. Oops, sticky. Cute. Okay, we need stars. We need stars all over the place. I ought to come back and do these in a minute. But, okay, oops. Stick to my finger. Put your finger on it, pull the sheet out. Well, it works with gems. Ooh, I like that. How fun is this? Oh my goodness. People, I'm loving this. What do you think? Do you like it? Love, 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 love. No tricks or treats. Okay, let's do the front before I get carried away with the stars. Okay, another piece, standard piece to go on the front. This needs just distressing, just a whisker more at the edge. Okay, let's stick this down. And this paper is a cut apart sheet, and that's also where this piece came from. So there's a whole 12 by 12 sheet that you can cut apart if you wish. So this is 4 inches wide by 5¼ inches deep. I am so geeked with this card. I really, really am. I just think it's so much fun. Okay, and it worked. And so I'm feeling exceptionally proud of myself, considering, as I say, I was working from a photo that I saw posted, and I can't even remember where I saw it. So I cannot give the original poster the credit because I don't remember where I saw it. And hers was a little bit different to mine. I think it had more panels, but I don't know how. But mine worked perfectly. So I trimmed this down so that this piece is 4 inches by 3. This piece is 4¼ by 3¼ Okay. All right. Somebody's not happy at all. All right. And then let's stick this piece down. You know what would be also fun, says she. And I'm trying to find the spool of ribbon. And I can't, but we'll open a brand new one because you know Sarah's got more than one. Please hold. Where's the end of the ribbon? Where's the end of the plastic? This is where the claws fail me. Meow, 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 pussycat. As I say, he can hear me, but he can't get at me because the stair gates are shut, which is a good thing because otherwise he would be up the stairs, which he was when he was running down the hallway last week when I caught him. And I'm like, absolutely not. All right, let's tie this shut, right? So, because it is a slightly bulkier card, so we need to know that we can tie it in a bow. So I always do it while it's still attached to the spool. Let's move that away before I stick my card to it. Okay, once I know it's okay, wait, that's plenty long enough. Okay, right, so I'm going to make sure those ends are about even, approximately. Doesn't have to be. All right, make sure it's not twisted. Okay, we can hold it still. That's the Petunia Pop Ribbon 166203, and it's got this iridescent sparkle to it, which makes it super fun. All right, so I'm going to use this piece. Let's put just a bit more adhesive on it just to make sure it does do what it needs to do. And we will stick this to that, like so, and that will hold the ribbon in place. Ta-da! Okay, we have a tree die cut, which I want to add onto it. But we're going to stick this on with some 3D foam tape, which again is been cunningly misappropriated by something else. So I have some other 3D foam tape, so we will be using that. It uses it up, and I don't know where mine is. It's at the bottom of my bag still. That's where it is. I can only do so much. I'm only taking credit for so much today. It's like choose your poison, literally. Okay, I don't mind that at all. And I have a skinny skinny piece of adhesive here. Might be a bit fat. It's too fat. I'm not messing around with it now. Let's peel the backing off it. The only problem with this adhesive is it does not peel up well, whereas the Stampin' Dimensionals do. They peel up beautifully. They just pop straight off. And then you'll have lots of little white hexagons throughout your house like I do, if you use the amount that I do. Don't be skinny with your 3D foam tape. You don't want to go to the effort of all this hard work and then have saggy artwork. There's enough sag in this world without having saggy artwork. Okay, here we go. We want to be able to see the door. How cute is that? That is adorable. Even though I said it myself. And you can say, well, sorry, it hangs. It doesn't matter. We are going to turn our card over and incredibly carefully snip. Actually, we're going to open up the cards. It makes it easier. Hold that ribbon out of the way. Right, and let's try again. Let's just snip, following the edge of the cardstock. You can just trim that tree across. Now, if you didn't use this particular die, you wouldn't need to cut the tree and it wouldn't be an issue. You could use a whole tree if you wanted to, but I actually think that is adorable. And then, there's my littlest bat. It's a puppy that looks like a bat. It's one of my favourite dies in the entire set, as you know, if you see me make the other artwork. I think that this bat is just adorable. And now I didn't do his nose, but I will overnight, so that when you see the photo tomorrow, he too will have a shiny nose, just like the other creatures that are in this kit. And then we're going to put him like he's dancing along to the to collect his candy. Let's get some gems on here, or stars even, because they are so flippin' cute. And we'll put some little stars on there too. How cute is this? Do you love it? I hope I'm getting lots of love and stars and hearts and thumbs up on my page, because I can't see anything that's going on. So I hope you love this, because I think it's absolutely adorable. I really do. We'll give him a sparkly pumpkin, because I can't give him a sparkly nose yet. And we'll do a sparkly pumpkin up here. Super cute. Now, if I was really going to go to town, I would take this glue and I would do the windows so that the windows were shiny. And again, I might do that and then just let it dry overnight. So my card will tie shut. And here's a trick for you. If you turn your card upside down, when you tie the bow, your ends will hang down. So there we go, look. So I'm going to trim these off with my paper snips, because they are exceptionally sharp. Well, they would be if I would hold my ribbon taut. Because there we go. So here is the card as you would send it. Open it up. It's almost like a little mini album, isn't it? Oh my gosh, how cute would that be? To get, you know, those little tiny instant photos and put those and send it to somebody. That would be cute with your kids all dressed up. So I don't know what it's called. It's a double expanding craziness card. And that's what it is. So just realized that if you're doing this, if you want your card to lie flat, you need to make sure that both pieces are flat. By default, mine are almost flat, but not quite. But that is more luck than judgment, my friends. But I think that that is an adorable little card. How fun is that? Do you love it? I hope you do. I hope you've had fun watching me create this, as I have done creating it myself. I hope you like it, because I think it's adorable. So thank you for watching, and I will see you hopefully next Tuesday after my whirlwind trip to Texas, and having fun over there. I've never been and visited Texas, so I'm super excited to go. I really am. So we're going to a Halloween night, so I might even come back and put a few little photos of me at the event in this card. So I'll see you next week. Lots of love to all of you. Bye.